Hello, hello, hello. Today is Thursday, so I'm a little bit late on the upload. Mainly because, so this whole week has been it's been a week of me not doing nothing and me having no motivation to do anything. My mum, my dad, brother went away this week even. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. So I was kind of stuck in with this. Hold on, can I angle it? This beach. Been stuck in. I could have gone out and done things, but I don't like I don't like the feel leaving the house like empty on its own, and two, I don't like leaving her alone in case there's messes on the floor that I have to clean up when I get back in. But yeah, it's been kind of a lackluster week. Not gonna lie, I really haven't done anything. I tried to do some writing, but my brain wasn't into it. Every time I try to get like the writing aspect done, something inside me just goes, no, not today. And I get it, like you've got to be in the mood to write. Obviously, I know there are certain days I'm I'm sitting there and I really want to write, but other days I'm like, I'll start writing and I'm like, it's not for me today. And some of the times that I do, I end up doing it on the days where I don't write. I tend to try and watch movies. Now I watch all type of movies, but obviously as you can tell by the title of the video. Okay, there you go. Just gonna stop walking. It is Disney. Luckily this year we got Disney Plus in the UK, so I've been watching. Beginning of the year, like obviously when lockdown was opposed, it became a massive outlet to watch films, and I've watched probably over 100 now, if I count my films up. While I was in lockdown, I watched series after series, obviously, but eventually series become boring and they become quite repetitive. But sorry. But with the Disney films, obviously, some of them I haven't seen in years, like Snow Dogs or George of the Jungle or that was kind of The Country Bears. I think I've watched that one about 7 to 8 times now already. But obviously my origin of Disney obviously comes from Nath, the little fucker. Nath loves Disney and literally he is Disney mad. Always has been, always will be. That's rubbed onto me in effect where I'm sitting there with Nath and we've gone and seen some really horrible films at the cinema. But then we've gone and seen some Disney films that are spectacular. And we saw the live action Aladdin, we saw the live action Lion King, we saw the live action Jungle Book, we saw the live action Cinderella, we went and saw Moana, we went and saw Toy Story 4, we went and saw Toy Story 3, we went and saw Avengers comes underneath it because we went and saw did we see Infinity War? We saw Infinity War and we saw Endgame. Off the top of my head, they're the only ones of Disney that I can remember going and seeing at cinema. But obviously, from a young age, obviously, I used to love. I had a certain aspect for Disney, but it wasn't implemented in me until Nath came home and started living with us. It was Disney, and like everything was Disney, everything this. So my love for it kind of grew then, and no matter what, my favorite film of all time has always been Lion King 2. Will never change. That's because I've got such a tight memory in my brain. Because when I was younger, obviously, going to school wasn't I went to school, but I didn't go to school because I was always ill. So I spent a lot of time over my aunt's. Sadly, she passed. Love you, Aunt Sheila. But my Aunt Sheila and I, we used to watch all the kids' programs, and then we used to go and watch, after they were finished, we'd watch Lion King 2. And we would watch it by me eating one of my favourite meals, which is tomato soup and bread. I'd sit there, watch it, and then we do activities afterwards. But that was like a reoccurrence with me where that became my favourite film. And that just stuck with me, obviously. And as years go on, you start developing like a taste for Disney again and a feel for it all. But I didn't realize how many Disney films or Pixar films I had missed until I seen Disney Plus. Sorry, worst film they've made so far, Cars 3. It's fucking dreadful. Sorry, that's just the worst film. But yeah, when Disney Plus came into fruition, I was like, oh, I can watch so many films. And Disney Plus is so fucking good because it literally has all the Star Wars films, all the Marvel films. It's got National Geographic. It's got The Simpsons, all seasons on there. They just put Once Upon a Time on there, so if you don't have, if you haven't seen it on Netflix, you can watch it on there. They're consistently adding films. Obviously, they did the new Mulan, which I think is a 10 out of 10 film. Yes, there's no music. There's no Mushu, but it gives a different aspect of the story of Mulan. I fucking love it. Some people are a little bit like, because there's no music. But I'm just like, it's Disney. They're always finding new ways to create films. They can either do what they normally do, which is with Aladdin. They basically made the same thing. But they can do what they did with Mulan. They can have the same storyline, but add a twist to it. There's no music. There's no talking dragon. And the storyline of it all is embarking on the fact that this young girl who is being dishonest and disloyal and not giving a true thing about her nature. She's meant to be a woman. She's meant to marry up, yada yada yada. She takes a different path and becomes this mighty warrior, and is praised by the Emperor of China. Brilliant. But I've always had a certain feel for Disney. I kind of got into a place where I felt they were making the same film over and over again. Princess, this. Then the two films that have changed my aspect of that recently have been Tangled. Obviously, it's Rapunzel, and the storyline is similar but kind of different. Obviously, in Rapunzel, the story of it, Finn goes blind and she uses her tears to heal him. Similar aspect in Tangled. Spoiler if you've not seen Tangled. And in Moana is literally the best Disney film. Princess film, sorry. You can't change my mind, okay? She is a warrior. She is a fucking wave bender. Oh gosh. Just everything about Moana is what Disney should have been 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Because they're that old. I get it with Cinderella. I get it with Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. They had to create this facade of a princess who wasn't a princess. Now, obviously, Sleeping Beauty was different because she was a princess, but she didn't know. Snow White, she was a princess, but she was going to get killed by her stepmother. She had to run away. And what was the other one I said? Cinderella became a princess by having the fairy godmother. So that's the traditional sense of a princess. Roll through to 2016, when Moana comes onto the scene, and she's the chief's daughter, but her aspect of life is she wants to do things. She wants to live. She wants to be fun. She wants to have fun and explore the world. And her parents are like, no, you got to do this. You have duties. But she defies all the odds and goes out and does it anyway. Same with Tangled. Like, she ends up living in a tower because she gets kidnapped by this evil witch who wants her for her hair because her hair is magical. And then you watch the whole story of her leaving the tower and becoming... She goes from a girl to a woman in this. And she goes from a scared girl who's afraid to leave the tower, who then leaves the tower and ends up becoming the princess who she is. Undoubtedly so, but she becomes a woman throughout the whole thing. So, yeah, they're my two films that are, like, on top. But yesterday I watched I don't know what it's called. I think it's Zootropolis, but it's called, in so many different places, it's called Zootopia, Zoo this, Zoo that, and I'm like, okay, just give it a fucking name. I watched Zootropolis the other day, and, again, it's basically every stereotype of every stereotype of an animal that you would think, but reversed. It's so goddamn good. Like, I've been on about watching this film for, like, it came out in 2018, I think. So I've been I'm in an iron about watching it for like 2 years. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll put it on. And then I put it on and I'm like, oh shit, this is funny. And that's the thing, Disney make brilliantly funny films. And the thing is, when you're a kid, you don't actually realise that the jokes that are being made are funny until you get to, like, my age, which is 24. And you're like, holy shit, that's hilarious. How did I not catch that when I was a kid? And you don't. You genuinely don't, because when you're a kid, you're not looking for that. And you realise back then why the adults are laughing. So, I just love Disney. I always have do. I always will do. When and if I eventually have kids, they will be Disney nuts. But yeah, I feel I owed you a podcast. It's going to be a very short one today. Not that long. But that's just, that is the absolute of my love for Disney. So I will be back next week. Hopefully I'll have a different subject to talk about. Hopefully I'll be outside again. As long as lockdown isn't in place, because if it is, I will be pissed. But I'm going to swiftly end, and if you do like these type of videos, please tell me in the comments. Please subscribe and try liking the videos, because I like doing these sort of videos where I just sit down, talk to the camera and waffle, if you haven't noticed. But I don't know if this is what people want me to do. I do this obviously as an outlet for me, but I do it as, I know people enjoy the fact that I can do this and defy the fact that I have a disability, but I can still do things. So if you do like these type of videos, please tell me. And if there's anything you want me to talk about or anything, feel free to give me a text and I will do it. But until the next time, I will see you next week. Bye.